think something that's really important that we need to think about with teachers is the fact that, we went through a trauma too. As teachers, we want to help the kids, and we want to make sure that they're okay and are okay with their trauma in the whole situation. And that kind of takes away time and a lot of energy from focusing on our trauma, and it's exhausting. I love teaching chemistry because it is my favorite subject. It is my passion. I'm very for the kid. I do it for them and trying to make it as fun and as painless as possible. Being there for the kid is mostly why I do this.
I get to share what I'm passionate about with other students. Music is something that impacts all of us. Whether you're a musician or not, you're impacted by music. And it's something for us to rally around, something that impacts your emotions and your mental state every day.
It's not a job, it's more of a lifestyle because you spend so much of your time and energy doing whatever it takes to make sure that your students are well taken care of and that they're happy and they're enjoying their year and they're growing and they're progressing.
What does being a teacher mean to you?
Working with kids to help them find their best potential.
Last year was weird on a few levels.
Try teaching orchestra through a Zoom lens. Try teaching AP Music Theory with half the kids sitting in there and half the kids on Zoom, and you're trying to do listening examples and you're trying to listen to singing.
Every 9 weeks was brand new. So it was like the first day of school again, all over. We didn't know from week to week how many kids we were going to have in our class.
So it was just very not together, like not collaborative, and that made it very difficult to get my point across teaching and also make it fun while not being able to do any group activity, including labs, which who does chemistry and can't do hands-on labs?
All of the pacing last year and just trying to figure out if you were even reaching students with the technology and the co-seating, trying to teach kids that are in front of you and also trying to teach kids that are on Zoom. I mean, it was a nearly impossible task.
I think it definitely made me appreciate my job a lot more now that I went through that pandemic and saw the side of what life was like behind a computer screen.
It has been a whirlwind of trying to figure out how to manage a team and also teach during COVID and also like maintain my sanity.
The reasons that you stay in teaching are to have that communication back and forth with students. And that's what was taken away from us last year. It was really hard to connect with a student through a computer screen.
Was diagnosed with anxiety right before the last school year started. And then, that first semester was a lot. It was a lot. Before we got vaccinated, it was very much like, geez, I have 16 kids out right now. Like, that is terrifying. And I don't know if they came up to my desk and talked to me. Like, I don't know if they were like 6 feet away from me, you know what I mean? And so it was very uneasy.
It was so stressful. I was home and in bed by 7:30 or 8 o'clock most days. I don't think people realize the emotional toll it took on teachers.
I started therapy in January. That has been the best experience because I just needed someone to talk me through how to get through that year and COVID and everything. And it was just, it affected me personally very badly. So, yeah.
COVID played a big part in all of this?
Absolutely, yes. Because I was an anxious person before, but then when COVID hit, it became very big. And it became a lot of little things on top of each other. And then it was a lot.
I would say a lot of teachers sometimes, like if you have a bad day as a teacher, you already kind of feel like I wasn't great today. I kind of felt like a failure. I would say last year I felt that way every single day. There were very few days where I felt like I was a very effective or successful teacher.
I think that even as a teacher, we didn't realize what all we did until we went through a year like last year, where everything was times 10. I learned that if I didn't do something else, I was going to be at the end of my rope, because I could not give my best as a teacher, as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, if I continued at the level that I was last year.
If we ever have another year like that, I don't know that I'll go back to the classroom. I really don't. It was just that, it was that difficult.
I'm working as a professional organizer. This has been a great year. I'm under much less stress. My job is not a stressful job. I can breathe, and I'm sleeping, and I'm not stressed out every weekend planning for the next week. And I think that taking a break from my mental health was the best thing I could have done for me and my family.
And now it's definitely more normal, and I think that's what the kids needed, and I think that's what the teachers needed too. We feel like we are finally getting back into the rhythm of where we should be.